Hey guys, today we're going to talk about something a little bit different here on the channel. Um, so today we're going to talking about my dream car, if you will, that I'm hopefully one day going to be able to put out on this channel. The car I'm going to be talking about today is going to be the Nissan Skyline. It's going to be the R32, or like honestly even the R34. They're both super good cars. So I'm sure a lot of you guys already know what it is. We're gonna go over some basic specs here, obviously. Two door, I'm sure everyone knew that. It's a coupe. So we got a 2.6 liter, and it is turbocharged. So with that, obviously we're putting out a little bit more power there. So we're sitting at base horsepower is gonna be 276, which is damn good, especially for the age of the vehicle. Um, so we'll be if I were ever to get one, there is a couple for sale here in North Dakota, but as everyone obviously, I mean, in the car community knows, Skylines are expensive. So these ones, there's one on Minot, has about 60,000 or 80,000, I think, miles on it. It's asking 25,000 for it. There's one in, I think, Bismarck that has either, the numbers might be flip flopped. Maybe the one in Minot has 80 and the one in Bismarck has 60, or vice versa. But that one is he's asking 24,000. The one on Minot is like a gray silverish, and then the one in Bismarck is like a purple. Ideally, I'd like the one in Bismarck. That one looks, I think, just looks a little bit nicer. And then obviously, as hopefully everyone knows, with this being JDM right hand drive, all that, it'd be my first right hand drive vehicle I've ever owned, which would be really cool. You don't really see them around here in North Dakota. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen one ever. So that would be really cool to have that. Um, there is another vehicle I've been looking at. I'll have to look it up on my phone real quick. It's like a Isuzu or something. Please forgive me for that. Don't absolutely dog on me, but I'll see. I found it pretty quick here. Um, Gemini Ermshire R. I don't know what it is. It's got 50,000 miles. It's in Black Hawk, South Dakota. It's a right-hand drive. It's a 1992, and he's asking 85. It looks pretty good. A little bit of like sun fade on the roof and on the hood, but I'm not too worried about that. So I might think about buying that. If I ever kind of pick up more on this channel on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that. Like if I start to pick up a little bit more, I might honestly end up getting that just so I can kind of learn on a vehicle that's a little bit less expensive than just jumping right into a $25,000 vehicle and being like, wow, this is right hand drive. Let me absolutely just botch everything I do and ruin the vehicle. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. So I kind of might end up buying that one if it's ever still up there on Facebook Marketplace. So and by the way, these skylines I found are on Facebook Marketplace. A lot of people dog on Facebook Marketplace, saying it's an awful place to look for vehicles. But if you know what you're looking for in a vehicle, which obviously for the skylines I would have absolutely zero idea, but I mean I'd probably do a lot of research before if I ever go and buy those. But like a lot of people say, oh, it's just such a bad place, private sellers. We don't have to tell you what all the issues. It's like that's the risk you take with buying a vehicle. I mean, especially with like something like a skyline. I mean, they're selling it for a reason, so maybe there's something going on, I guess. But that's just a risk I'm willing to take. I mean, it's a $25,000 vehicle. If I end up putting couple more thousand or 10,000, I guess. I mean, it's a vehicle that I would honestly never ever get rid of. I mean, I don't know why these guys are. Like I said, they got stuff going on with the car within their life that they kind of just outgrew it or something. But it's just one of the vehicles that I don't think I would ever let go of. Same with my SRT4. Like I get it's not super cool like a Skyline, but it's my first manual that I've owned that has pushed any power at all. I mean, like I said, I have a little Versa that makes like 100 horsepower, but like I don't think I'll ever get rid of my SRT4. Like I'll try to keep it for as long as I can. So if I do end up getting a Skyline, obviously I'm gonna try to keep it for as long as I can unless something like awful happens. And then if I were to get that um, Gemini Ursher or whatever that vehicle's called, I probably would end up keeping that too, mainly because it'd be my first right-hand drive vehicle I've ever owned. If I end up getting it before the Skyline, so obviously it's gonna hold a special place in my heart, being like the first right-hand drive I've ever practiced on and learned on. And then obviously the Skyline is just a vehicle that I don't think anyone really ever want to get rid of. If you watch like a bunch of YouTubers that are higher up, everyone just loves those vehicles. Super hard to get a hold of. They're super expensive to work on, stuff like that. Just great vehicles all around. Honestly, any JDM vehicle that's imported, it's right-hand drive is really cool around here. It's probably a lot more rare, obviously, up north where I am versus if you go down to like Florida and stuff, you probably see them quite often. But like chasers, stuff like that, like those are sick. Like you watch bigger YouTubers and they got that stuff. So I mean, it's like watching them is like God. Like I really want a right hand drive. It's just something I've kind of been manifesting, I guess. So we're gonna see how long it takes me to get that. And to be honest, the only way I'd ever get it is from you guys. I mean, like I with my job right now, working at the police department, and everyone that knows me knows I work for the animal control. Too young to be an officer yet, so like even when I become a police officer, the chances of me being able to go out and go get a Nissan Skyline, if these ones even by the time within a year or two are even up, the chances of that happening would be very slim. I'm not saying like it's impossible, but I don't know. It's just something that's kind of a little bit out of my reach if I'm just gonna be a police officer and then start like a family and stuff. So like, only way I'd ever be able to get this is through you guys. And lately, everything I've been uploading has been getting more than enough views. I mean, I've been doing good. I mean, I already got like 46 subscribers on this, and it's not like I've been putting out great content at all. Even today, like this video isn't amazing content. I'm just trying to talk about a vehicle I would love to own. Something that's been really growing on me since I started this car part of my life, I guess I'd like to say. Like I said, I've just started with all this. I'm starting to pick up on more and more vehicles, and this one is just one that has absolutely taken it home for me. So if I ever end up getting one of that, obviously expect to see a bunch of it on this channel. Today there's a family fun day or whatever here in South Hart because it's 4th of July weekend. So I'm gonna put my car up there in the car show. Like I said, nothing special. It's not a classic like most of the vehicles that are gonna be around here. Classic muscle cars, stuff like that. That's pretty much all North Dakota has. I'm sure I'll get a lot of shit for putting it up in there, but I just want people to see my car. You know, I've only seen like one or two other SRT4s in North Dakota. Like I already talked about when we drove home from Brainerd, we saw one in Killdeer. My cousin Gavin's got one. And actually, funny enough, yesterday driving through the Runnings parking lot, I saw another one. It was yellow. I could not tell if it was an SRT4 or just a neon because I revved it and mine sounded amazing, obviously. And then he revved it and it just sounded like an absolute dump truck. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. I didn't get to look. He was pretty far away. I just saw it. It looked like it would have been an SRT4, but I'd like to say it was because there's not a lot around. But back to the topic. Sorry. Um, if I ever get this Nissan Skyline, expect me to make some videos. And I'm thinking about getting a GoPro, putting it on my SRT4. Winter's coming up here, probably within about 2 months. To change my transmission on my SRT4, my transmission fluid. Sorry. And then next summer, I'm hopefully pushing a lot more content. Just trying not to put a lot of miles on that vehicle because I want it to be around for my kids to learn how to drive on it. But talking about the Skyline a little bit more, the pictures that you can find of this, they're just so nice. Um, I love the way the car looks, to be honest with you. Everything about it is so slick. I honestly can't find a single issue. A lot of people, I guess, like if they're not into cars, they're like, "Oh, why would you want that?" Like I showed my girlfriend. I was like, yesterday, I was like, "This is a vehicle I want." She goes, "Oh, why would you want that?" And I was like, "Oh, you are this close to getting absolutely just sent outside. You're gonna go sleep on the couch tonight." Like you find. I'll put some of these pictures on here. Like I'm looking at here. Some of them I'm looking at here. You see, like it always looks good in about any color. I'm not lying. I've literally never seen a color I haven't liked on it. Personally, if I was able to choose a vehicle I would like her vehicle, I would like a color I would like on this vehicle, I would probably go blue or like that, like silver. I think silver looks really nice, or like a dark gray, like a matte gray would be nice. Dark gray and then like a matte gray. Sorry, I don't know why I just combined those. But I'm gonna take a picture of this Nissan Skyline on the Facebook Marketplace here, both of them. I'm gonna put them up in this video so I can kind of show you guys the ones I was looking at here. Especially with that gray and the purple one. I'll actually kind of just read off the description they have of them right now, and then obviously I'll put the Facebook Marketplace picture in there so you guys just aren't looking at me look down at my phone. So this 1999 Nissan Skyline, I know this isn't the R32, but It's posted up here in Minot. It's not that far. This one has 82,000. Interior looks perfect. The seats are amazing. Looks like he's got some Alpine speakers in the trunk. It's silver. Literally still has like dealership plates on it. Um, I'll have to put the pictures up here. He doesn't have a description. He just says pretty firm on price. But like that's sick. The vehicle looks super clean. Everything about it looks amazing. And then you come over here to the Nissan Skyline, the 1991, in Fargo. Actually, it's not Bismarck. My bad. He's asking 24 for it with 64,000 miles on it. He's selling it has been factory RB20 DET with an upgraded RB25 DET turbo. Vehicle drives great with a brand new clutch. It has tons of maintenance, and I have $13,500 for maintenance and upgrades. He's got a Tomei two-way LSD, new coilovers, suspension arms, Nismo engine transmounts, ACT clutch, and then windshield, new wiring, special lead harness, Sparco steering wheel. This vehicle has Nismo N1 highlights, N1 water pump, and Type M trim package. Um, he says for cons, the car is not perfect, and there's a stain on the passenger seat. Oh God, like I get it. Stain on the passenger seat kind of sucks, but I don't care. I mean, it looks amazing. And then he goes, I purchased the car right before COVID, and then they shut down the border to Canada. The car was garage kept in Canada at a friend's for 3 years. I've since purchased an FD3S, as why it is up for sale. Price is 24K OBO. I have a clean U.S. North Dakota title in hand. This vehicle looks absolutely amazing. The purple on it looks great. Wheels look good, and his interior. I mean, I don't really see like the stain. I don't know. It's just not that bad. Like it looks like someone were to spit like a pop or something. It's not like it's game changing, like deal breaking for me. The car is still like amazing. So I guess if I were to have to choose between the two, it would be pretty hard. I would honestly, I'd have to talk to this guy up in Minot, because with me, I like to have cars that are mainly stock, and then like if I were to do the upgrades, have them professionally done. A lot of people, and like I'm not saying they don't know what they're doing, but when they get vehicles, they get these higher end up vehicles, and then they just start putting a bunch of mods in them themselves, or they'll take it to some kind of like lower end shop because it's a little bit cheaper. So when I buy vehicles, I kind of like to look at them, see if they're stock. If so, I know some vehicles are pretty hard to get stock, but I like to buy them stock. And then if I would ever put any mods into them, I would do them, not myself, obviously, but like have someone professionally do them. Like that guy there in Fargo. I'm not saying they're not professionally done or anything, but I mean he's got some stuff done to it. I'm not saying it doesn't make the car better or anything like that. It's just I like to have things done kind of on my terms. Same way with my SRT4, I wanted to look for one completely stock. Mine isn't. It's got a different intake, different head unit, and then he's got like a bar on the undercarriage for like the back wheels there. It's around there. Honestly, I don't even know what that is. This is like what it's called. It's meant for like better stabilization. So like mine's about as stock as you can get an SRT4. So like that's what I would be looking for if I were looking for this skyline between those two. Um, Mainly just as stock as you can get it. Like I know it sounds awful to some people, like, oh, what the hell? Like, why would you want that? I just would rather have me do it than anyone else. Like have me order the parts, me do all like the research, and then have it professionally done versus kind of what some people throw together and do it on their own and almost like make it harder for the next person that buys it to fix their issue, or if they don't want it, like then it's not like an issue, I guess, but to put it back to a way like a different way if they would want it. So that's kind of why I would be leaning more towards the one in Minot. And they're both pretty far drives. Minot's about, I think, 4 hours. Fargo's about 4 hours. So regardless, I'm making the same trip. One is, I think, 25, like I read. One's 25,000, one's 24,000. Granted, the 25,000 one's got more miles on it. So maybe he said he's pretty firm on price. But if I can knock him down to about 24, um, that would be great. I'd honestly probably go for that one. It's like I said, just because it's stock. Interior was perfect, nothing wrong with it. This guy's got a little bit of dirtier interior. He's got, like I said, he's got his own stuff done to it, but I don't know. Hopefully I'll get some pictures. I'll put them in this video while I'm kind of talking about the Nissan Skyline. Obviously, I'm hoping most people that watch this video know what the vehicle is, but it would be amazing for me to own one of those, and it ain't gonna happen unless you guys let me do it. Um, you guys have been killing the views, doing way better than what I ever could do. If you guys find yourself coming back to my videos, please, it takes just 1 second. Just drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Like, even if you just watch one video and subscribe and then never watch me ever again, you don't have to turn on notifications. Obviously, I'd appreciate it if you would. But even if you just subscribe to me once and then never even watch me ever again and just leave me on your subscribed, that means so much to me. It does so much for me. We're pushing for 100 subscribers at least before Christmas. So we have 5 months to do it. It's so doable. Um, with how much I've been getting from you guys, all the like the views and people have been leaving comments and stuff with how much I've been getting from you guys, it's definitely doable. And I would very much appreciate if I could at least hit 100 subscribers. I mean, it would mean the world to me. I talked about it, I think in my last video. I got some hats coming up, so if you guys want any hats, I think they should be done within about this week or next week. Leave a comment. I'll leave my email. Email me, and I'll see what I can all do for you guys. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. Just talking about the Nissan Skyline and how bad I want the car. I know it's kind of dumb, but I'm just like fanboying over it, manifesting it, and hopefully one day we can make it happen, guys. Turbo Terry out.